Hello, whoever may be watching this. I recently got a 2006 Club Car DS and I am fixing it up. The batteries are from 2018, so the batteries are shot. I want to lithium swap it and upgrade the motor back here. And I was thinking, there's a lot I need to do to this cosmetically and, just electrically. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I have quite a bit of experience working on cars, but nothing electrical. So taking this video to kind of, remember where certain things went, and I figured it might be cool to post to YouTube. So here we are. So I just got it pulled to the center of the garage here and show you around, show you what we're working with. Some nice old tires, got a little dry rot going around. That ain't no big deal. Little yellow fog lights, that's just like rally car stuff, This one has a broken headlight bucket that'll have to get replaced. No worries, I'm thinking about upgrading the lights anyways, maybe putting a light bar somewhere around here too, upgrading it to lithium and all that good stuff. But yeah, you can see somebody enjoyed playing bumper carts with this guy. That's all right though. We'll get her cleaned up. And then behind here, got a whole bunch of old batteries, about 8 years old. And apparently it hasn't been charged in about, I can't remember what they said, about a year and a half to a year, something like that. But yeah, just to show you, we got nothing. No clicks, no sounds. She is dead. That's all right, I want to lithium swap it, upgrade the motor. But today, I think I'm just gonna start tearing some stuff apart. Not sure exactly what I'm gonna get into, but yeah. Oh, and here's the charger for it. Looks like it was left outside for a good while. The other day I opened it up and all the connections in there, you can kind of see in there, all the connections in there are rusted, corroded, broken, that kind of deal. That's all right. We won't need this where we're going. But yeah, tonight's goal, let's see if we can think of a goal real quick. Maybe take the little canopy off, the top off, maybe I'll take the batteries out just so it's lighter to push around, because I'm sure those batteries are super heavy from what I've heard anyways. And this one doesn't have the flip back deal, and all these seats, it's just been sitting outside, so I'm sure all of that is disgusting. And I know up here, the back is seen better days for sure. But yeah, probably gonna strip the cart fully down, pressure wash it, paint it where I need, and then do a little bit more looking into the whole side of lithium and what motors go well with these carts and all that. If I could, I want to do a wheelie on this thing. That would be absolutely sick. But yeah, the only thing I've done to it so far is peeled some stickers and pressure washed it. I know it may not look like it in places, but yeah, let's get to breaking it down. So I'm about to take this canopy off just to make it a little easier when I go to remove the batteries. Got my finest Craftsman impact here with a 1/4 inch rusted 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch adapter there to a 1/2 inch socket. Got a 1/2 inch wrench. We got 1, 2, and of course the guy down there, 3, 4, and up here 5 and 6. Not sure if there's like some kind of threads on the back of that, or if it's a nut on the back, like a nut plate or something back there, but We will find out momentarily, and then I'll have to figure out how to get this dash out to get that wire out of there, unless I can get this headlight bucket out first and wrap my hand around there. Maybe I can come up through here. I can't see nothing. Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. You always want to keep your hardware separated. Makes life easier down the road. So, just for future reference, these long guys go to the rear. These shorter guys are in the middle up front. And we don't know what is at the very front. Or I guess that would be considered the middle. The very fronts are not 1/2 inch, so we're about to find out what they are. 7/16. Why they had to do 1 7/16 and the rest 1/2 inch beats me. But we're about to just see if it is a thread here. Oh yeah, it is. Beautiful. All right. Actually, let's see if I can do this one hand. Might fall on me, but that's all right. Beautiful. These guys go to the very front. Good to know. Guess that makes it easier than pulling out all of that dash just for this. Ooh. I needed to chase down that wire first. This wire right here. See? Oh, that's tight. Let's see. I know I should probably put this on jacks, make it easier, but when has that ever been fun? Oh, this guy, this red wire, which is crimped. Come on, please. Be a connector somewhere. Oh, it does look like a connector of some sort. Oh, I can't reach my hand in there though. All right, well, I know this red wire runs, which actually makes sense as to why they crimped this right here. They probably just cut it whenever they were going to wire whatever that is up top. I'm not too sure. Maybe there were some lights up there or a speaker or something. Not too familiar with these golf carts, but this makes a lot more sense now because that does look like a connector way up there. I just cannot reach it. I might just do what they did. That'd probably make my life a lot easier. And then chase that down whenever I actually pull the dash out. Oh, is that a horn? No way this... Oh my gosh! This thing has a horn! Huh. I actually never noticed that wire coming out of it. Wow. It doesn't look like it works, but maybe it does. Huh. That's funny. All right, well, we'll get to that later. Let's keep running this wire down, seeing what we can do. All right, well, as I was looking at it, I don't know if I can disconnect that connector, so I probably will just snip it here. And as I did that, I found there is actually 2 wires. Where'd the other one go? Oh, it's right in front. Yeah, you can see these 2 wires coming out, and this one goes all the way down. All the way down. So I popped up here to the battery trays, and it's connected to the main negative. And so I think I'm about to just go ahead and disconnect the batteries. Wouldn't hurt anything. and you want to disconnect this main negative first that runs back to the motor, and then disconnect your main positive, which is that guy right there, you see. Yeah, this main red wire. Red, you're dead, remember that. And of course, the positive on the battery. So we are gonna go ahead and disconnect these batteries. So I'll go ahead and get my workbench out of the way. It just pops right out. Yeah, it's got these two little hooks, just hooks in, sets down. So yeah, we're going to take main negative off first, pull all those goodies off, and then main positive. And then we could pull all these jumpers off, all the, what, 1, 2, 3 jumpers. 3 jumpers, then we can pull these batteries out. Just go ahead and get that out of the way. I wanted to really pull this canopy first, but, well, actually, I guess I still could. I can go ahead and disconnect the batteries, and then as long as that's out of the way, I can pull that through the top here. Yeah, which is way better than taking it through the whole, taking the whole dash out and all that. So I think that's what I'm about to do. Maybe I got this fancy tripod set up here, so we'll see what we can do with it. Got my gloves on. Electricity stresses me out. Even though there's probably not a lick of electricity in these batteries left, that is way too small. Too small. Third time's the charm, come on. There it is. This is the order of the batteries and all of the connections before I get ahead of myself. Even though it shouldn't matter because I want to swap to lithium, but just in case for some reason I don't do that, that is the order of those. Yeah, that's going to the harness, that's going main, positive, a relay, a fuse off the power. We'll figure that out in a bit. All right, it looks like it's the same size, which would be very, very beneficial if so. Let's see. Beautiful. All right, so batteries are disconnected. That's nice. May go ahead and get these jumpers off. Go ahead and get these jumpers off since I'm here. And our third jumper off. Looks good, so those guys are ready to come out. And they look extremely heavy. We will find that out shortly. But now I can pull this black wire, this guy right here, can pull this wire through. I think it's held on by a couple zip ties, but that's all right because I'm gonna have to snip that up there too, which is great because there's plenty of extra wire to splice that back in. So, my good ones are gone. Mai's got them doing some wedding stuff. We get married in 60 something days, which is very exciting. Very excited about that. But yeah, got my whole Craftsman bin of batteries, bin of really everything you need. Everything I needed so far besides like a 90-degree ratchet, but I do have plans to get one of those very soon. All right, let's see. Oh, I can't see nothing. There we go. All right, we'll just cut this guy. We'll cut it at the top just to make life easier. Bam. So whenever we go to redo that, we'll splice it back in, cut this little jacket off, recrimp it, and it should be good to go. Which I might be running new wires anyways, just due to, I don't know how old these are, or if, I don't know. Maybe I'll test them, get a little tester and just make sure everything's good all the way through. I guess if they're not chewed up anywhere, should still work. But yeah, so let's get this guy where, yep, a couple zip ties holding that guy in. And then, yeah, then we should be able to pull off this top canopy. All right, so gonna get these cut up, and then I'll get that other one. Oh yeah, I put this guy back in there just so it wouldn't fall on me. I'll get that other guy, and then that's ready to come off. Sweet. All right, we got that wire cut out, so we'll pop these two off, and then that is not the right size. What? Is it this one? Ah, it's that one. Cool. Yeah, we'll get these two off. There's also there's this little rubber, not plastic piece that sits under there, I guess for vibration. Oh wow, that was terrible. I guess there's this little plastic piece that sits under there for vibration on the plastic. But yeah, make sure I put that back under there. Boom. That'll go with all the hardware for this front canopy, or the entire canopy rather. All right, I'm gonna set you guys back up because this is not a one-hand job. All right, that side is out. Cool. Come on. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh, actually. Now we're thinking. He started drilling before I was no sun bleach. Ah, come on. Man. All right. That went way lower than I expected. But she is now topless. Oh, that actually looks kind of sick. Oh, that looks sick. What? Oh, man. Oh, man, wow. That actually looks really cool. All right, well, next, I guess I'm gonna be getting these batteries out of here. Yeah, I can get the batteries out, and then we will figure out what I want to do after that. Because right now I'm kind of just fully, oh my gosh, look at that. That is sick. But kind of just tearing it down, seeing what really needs to be replaced. I know I could buy a new golf cart for probably like $4 or $5 grand, probably what I'd put into this one, but I already have this one, and I'd rather make something I have nice rather than kick this one to the curb and just buy something slightly nicer. You know, that's kind of just the mindset. But yeah, let me get this hardware all taped up to the top, so I don't lose that. Then we'll pull these batteries, and then I'll probably see if AutoZone can take them, or some auto parts store. Yeah, but that's a tomorrow or way down the road kind of problem. Let's pull these batteries. I don't know the best way to grab these things, actually. Do not use to lift. I know they make those little handles that you can just clip onto them and pull them up. But I do not have that. So we're just gonna have to manhandle it. Dang, this thing's freaking heavy. Ooh. Bam. Oh yeah, so much easier. Ugh. My phone's almost dead, so it's charging at the moment, but nothing really to see in here. There's just some corrosion, rust. Yeah, other than that, looks great. And then some random, whatever this is. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that just caught that. Nice. Maybe those are like battery tie downs? Not exactly too sure. But nonetheless, we shall keep on keeping on. If you're doing this, make sure your golf cart is in tow mode for the batteries. I guess it shuts the batteries off. It was in run from whenever I tried to show that it was dead earlier. Yeah, but we're wearing rubber gloves. We're good. We're good. Alright, yeah, not a whole lot more going on in here. I'm gonna pull these guys out. Oh, we're breaking out. Nice. Cool. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll probably deal with some more of the wiring under there. But cool. Well, we got both things I wanted to accomplish tonight done. I'll leave that in there. Oh, I need to actually clean up my hardware here, put that with the canopy, figure out exactly what those guys are down there. I imagine battery tie downs for somewhere under there, but they were all just sitting under there. Actually, I can pull it off the charger. Show you guys what's going on under here. Yeah, a little bit of rust, a little bit of corrosion. Ain't nothing a little sandpaper and spray paint can't fix. But yeah, actually looking pretty good. I might pull these rear seats today. Just make it bare bones. Little bare bones cart. Let's see. What does that entail? Oh! It does look like it flips somehow. Oh. It flips up. Yes, I'm cross-dressing, whatever. Oh, cross-dressing. Hey, yo. I am cross-branding. Okay. Anyways, yeah, all these nice rusty bolts. I'll get all new taillights, all new headlights, nice fancy ones. See what else I can get going on. These wheels are gonna be gone because on this other side, where is it at? Oh yeah. Come on, focus. Oh yeah. She is ready to blow. But yeah, it's actually not looking terrible so far. I don't know. It just looks like a little bump stop or like a support or something. I don't know. Yeah. And we got our motor back there. Motor right there. I'll have to look into that. But I mean, honestly, suspension doesn't look terrible.
I know up here it's real gunky. That's probably not good. But
yeah, man, I'm actually kind of happy with this. I know up here actually. Let me crawl up under here. These little bushings are pretty toast. Yeah, there it is. So had to replace those. That ain't no big deal. Whatever. I do not know what that is. Yeah, everything's real gunky. Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing. Oh, I love how those were threaded. That is awesome. Sweet. We got a bare card. I can't wait to push this thing. It's gonna push so easily. But yeah, got the top off, batteries out. Maybe I'll work on these. So, figured I'd take this back step off first, just to give me a little extra room so I'm not hitting these little side handles the whole time. But took a look under here, and I was thinking about taking these handles off first, but it's kind of pointless because I could just take this 1 bolt, 2 bolt, and then it's mirrored on the other side. And then it looks like this entire rear step comes off, and then these will just, they're not connected to anything. The bolts for the canopy went through it and connected to the back of the, under the seat. Let me see. Ugh. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. Oh yeah, you can. So, oh, wrong way. Yeah, went through there, nut on this side, bolt on the other side. And down here, just four bolts holding all this on. And then I realized that there's random bolts coming through here, but it kind of looks like maybe there was a trailer hitch on here at some point, because there's some witness marks here. And then maybe that was just a extra support. Not too sure kind of what it looks like from just the wear marks on this, but yeah. So about to take this guy off to make it a little easier to get these seats out. Let's do it. All right, I just got a notification that my iPhone needs to cool down, so I hope this quality is not absolutely terrible, but nonetheless, oh, let me not tighten that, okay. And also, I'm not using the impact anymore tonight because I don't want to make my neighbors angry. It's a Sunday night. And yeah, oh yeah, this quality has gone downhill. Maybe after I get the step off, I'll take a breather, let it go, cool off in the house for a bit. How long is this freaking thing? Goodness gracious. All right, well, there we go. Am I just spinning it? Huh. Huh. Is there another? Nope, that's a weld. Because up top here, let me think. You know what I think? Move on to the next. Come back to it later. That's what I'm talking about. All right, there's that. These are also 1/2 inch, which is absolutely lovely. Thank you, Club Car, for making some things other than your front canopy the same. Maybe? It was a second ago at least. There it goes. All right, stay right there. Crack for me. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's the Bluetooth. Okay, try it. Oh, it's the opposite way. Oh my gosh. Bear with me, bear with me. Bear. I can't feel my... Oh, there we go. All right, don't move. Oh my gosh. All right. There
So there's a washer and a nut on this side, and then a washer and bolt coming from the top. Beautiful. All right, so sits in there. Sits in there like so. Big washer on top, small washer on the bottom. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. Bam. So keep these together. Now we got to figure out how to get these off. And by these, I mean, oh, my phone just overheated. Okay, actually, we'll be back momentarily for these guys. I was doing some research into how to get these off, and a lot of people were like, oh, you know, just take your angle grinder and cut a slit in the nut, you know, which makes sense, you know, I already thought that. But my angle grinder, I don't have a disc for it, which is not ideal. I should have bought it from Ace yesterday, but I figured, I can't even remember how much it was, but I figured it was too expensive and walked away from it. That would have been ideal. But yeah, other people were like, oh, you know, just break out the old welder, weld another bolt to the top of it. I don't have no welder. But anyways, I was like, all right, you know what, whatever. I'm gonna just cut a slit in this, you know, maybe I'll replace this anyways. I don't know, we'll see. If not, it's not that big of a deal. And then I got tight, so we are about to see if this is going to break or not. Can you see it? I don't even know. Oh, there it is. All right, cool. Let's see. All right, come on, baby. Oh yeah, there it is. Beautiful. So that was probably about a 25-minute ordeal, but no worries. I'm sure that is one of the smaller issues I'm gonna run into while doing this. Now, I just don't want this to fall on me. So let me do this like so. Okay. Come on. There it goes. All right, cool. Got her out. Not too big of a deal. You know, I just really did not want to cut that, but it is what it is. It's a little golf cart. Let's get this on there. I always like to do that. It just keeps it in check, you know, so you don't have a million washers and nuts in the bottom of the bag, but you know, to each their own. Now, I believe this guy should be free. So let's see. Let me set you guys up on my fancy step stool and 2x4 tripod. And bam. Let's see. It's coming. Kinda. Yeah, should just be. Anyways. Oh, I see. Bam. Bam. Okay. Voila. Rear step, off and out. Check that out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I also never cleaned up my mess from earlier. Don't worry, I know where everything goes. Haven't gotten too deep into it yet. Wow. Actually, it looks pretty cool. All right, so next we're gonna pull this seat off. I don't imagine it's too hard. Probably just a couple bolts. Oh yeah, it looks like, I wonder if we can just take these two bolts off. Why is it not focusing? Ugh. There we go. Just take these two bolts off. And then
just raise it out instead of taking that. I'm sure that's a pin that's running all the way through to the other side. Instead of taking all that out, we can just take this off as one piece and then disassemble it later whenever I go to replace the seats as needed. I don't know, let's see. All right, let's see, is this a 1/2 inch? Oh, beautiful. Is it threaded? We're about to find out. Guess I can take the extension off of there. Might make life a little easier here. Don't feel like it's getting any looser. Maybe we can see. I'm gonna grab my other light. Maybe you can see what's holding her up. Oh, yeah. That guy. Oh yeah, I was already on it. Yeah, that guy right there. So, come on. There it goes. Yeah, I believe it's that guy right there. And it's mirrored on the other side, of course. 1/2 inch. Love you, Club Car, for doing that. Yeah, 2 of these and it should just pop off. It looks like there's a little spacer, little metal spacer. Or it goes to these seats and that's not a spacer. Yeah, okay, so not a spacer, but just another way for these to be supported. Dang, I might actually be able to take all the seats off. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and do one thing at a time. I don't know how I'm gonna do both of those at the same time. Unless I pop this, go ahead and pop this closeout out. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Okay. Bam. Let's see how many of these we can break. Hopefully none. But I feel like that's a little ambitious. And I don't have one of those fancy pullers. So, yeah, Lee. All right, 1's good. Ow. 2's good. Oh, this one's breaking for sure. No? Cool. All right. Bam. Bam. Bam, bam, boota bop. Bam, bam. Ah. All right. 2 more. Uno más. Uno más. Bam. All right. Okay. Well, not a closeout for the motor. That would just make too much sense, I guess. Or maybe there's something behind there. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not putting that back in tonight. So, this might get interesting. Would I be able... Maybe I could put the wrench on here and then the socket under there. Yeah, let's see. Maybe it's not too bad. Where could I put you guys? All right. So, since they're both just 1/2 inch, I might put this extension back on, actually, just to give me a little more, mo. Let's see. There she goes. But it's one of those where you can only get like 3 clicks. It's alright though. We got it nonetheless. Whoops. Alright. Got one. So I'm sure I showed it on the video, but no washer on the top side, on the bolt head side, just one at the bottom with the with the nut. So let's hit this other side. I'll put this one in there. So fix up my hardware here, even though a lot of it's been the same, which is very nice. That makes things easy. All right, bam. And the rear seat is off. Beautiful. Just in case that was a little too weird and I decided to edit that out later, we just got the rear seat off. What I'll do is I'll take these and do 1 second. 1 second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'll do like that to both sides. So just so I know exactly how it goes, and also one less bag of, come on. Also one less bag of hardware to deal with. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna get a GoPro because this phone is not keeping up. But yeah, I'm gonna do the same to this side and then figure out what else I wanna do tonight. All right guys, I've been tinkering with the golf cart. Got all the batteries out, almost all the seats, got the canopy, and this is what it looks like. All right guys, so I went to take these seats off and then forgot to record, but it's just two of these little bolts here. They go through, no nut on the back, it's threaded through there. But yeah, two of the same, 1, 2, same on the passenger side, 1, 2, and back here, these bolts are the ones from the rear seat. So these should already be disconnected. I don't know, I doubt anybody's watching this for advice, or I don't know if anybody's watching this at all, but yeah, then once that's done, boom, you can take the seat off. And I'm gonna do that to this, do the same to this guy. All right, I just did a good once over of the body, seeing all the points of connection, and so it looks like we got these two back here, these 2 screws. There's a nut on the back, I'm sure it's a 1/2 inch. And if you're taking the body off of this model, I guess you do not have to take these taillights out. If you come back here behind this fender liner, back here, there is a couple connectors. So we got the red connector going to that, or red wire rather, going to that yellow connector, and the black going to that greenish blue on this side. And then on the other side, so the red wire is going to a yellow connector, and the black is going to a clear-ish connector. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop those off since I wanted to come out anyways. Okay, well the first one did, there it goes. Oh geez, that is gross. Check that out, nice. Anyways, moving forward, nothing back here that I saw. Anyways, we'll see. We got these where the, oh, I'm in 0.5. Where the seat hooks in, you got these 2 going through into this metal deal right here. Once I pop the body off, I'll put those back so it's just one less thing to lose. That's on both sides. You also have 2 screws at the bottom here with 1/2 inch, it looks like, nuts on the back. Over here at the charger, you got 4 screws, and then that should pop out this way and the charger can go back maybe. I'm not too sure about that one. And for the gear selector, you got 2 bolts here that I imagine are threaded, kind of how the seats work. But that looks like all to pop the body off. If there's more, I'll get back with you guys, but my phone is at like 2% right now, and it keeps dying, and then I charge it, and then I gotta have my music on, so you know. But yeah, if anything is weird, I'll update you guys. All right, I think the body's ready to come off. Whenever I slid this off, you have to take this little mounting bracket off right here. But that just slides right over the wires. I put everything back together just for ease of later. I'm sure I'm gonna pop them off the next time I go to work on it. But yeah, I believe the body is ready to come off. Let me grab this bolt off of there, toss that over there, and go ahead and move this out of here. Throw it in the part stash. And let's see. Oh yeah. Oh wow. That looks weird. Wow. So after you get done with all that, this is what you're left with. Wow, that is gonna be so easy to replace all of that. Yeah, there's a tail light, wire harnesses, controller, motor. Oh yeah, we are just about as bare as you can go. And then probably tomorrow I'll work up here. I know there's some rivets up here and whatnot, but I might just drill those out and then put a little bolt in there. So I mean, it's gonna do the same thing. Yeah, a couple of bolts to hold the cup holders in. I noticed I'll have to figure out how to pop the headlight buckets out, and the headlights, I imagine it's just a couple screws. I'll have to take this little front crash bar or whatever the heck you call that. And then, yeah, so tomorrow, she might be straight bare bones. All right, well, I think I'm gonna sign it off there for the first day. I'm absolutely filthy, but hey, that's what happens whenever you have a 2006 golf cart you're trying to save. Yeah, it's looking great. I mean, I did not, today I expected to take out the batteries and look at it, and it's just how it goes. All right, guys. Gubby cam, hey yo. All right. Bam. Oh yeah. Yep. So there's one up top here. Don't see anything else on the bottom, but there is another one on the other side here. Right up top there. So pull those two out and we're gonna see what other access we can get. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, strip it out. That's what I'm talking about. Something else is holding this on. Oh. Maybe it's that massive bolt? Or is that like a steering column? Might be a steering column lock. Yeah, let's see if I can see anything else back there. Not really. Let me see. Dang, those are in there. All right, well, they're loose, so maybe we'll work to pop this guy out, and then maybe we'll be able to wiggle it out. So maybe I'll start with pulling this bolt and seeing what it does. I imagine it's to lock this in place, this steering column. But it's the only other one I see right now, so it's gonna get gone. So for that bottom bolt, you wanna grab a short 1/2 inch. A deep socket will not, you won't have enough to get on there. It'll be all sideways, you know, because of this angle. But yeah, let's see what this does. If I can drop oh, even that's a little. Actually, I'm just gonna get a wrench, 1/2 inch wrench, which I have somewhere. Haha, right here. All right, let's see. So getting that bolt out did absolutely nothing. It's not a column lock or nothing. But I did notice while I was doing that, all of these bolts on the side, and it's welded. All of this is welded together. So I'm thinking, and there's kind of a little lip here. I can't tell just by feeling it. No, it looks like one. But I'm thinking if I take those two out on each side, maybe this entire little silver chromey trim piece will pop out, and then that'll give us access to this. Maybe it just holds it down from on top of it. That's all I can think of. Obviously, I haven't really looked under the front here, but I'm just kind of tearing stuff apart and taking videos of it. So let's get that started. Yeah, there's 1, 2, and then mirrored on the other side. 1, 2. So shouldn't be too difficult. Just don't want to mix hardware with other things, you know, but ain't no big deal. Most of it's 1/2 inch anyways, or it's obvious that a 1/2 inch bolt does not go through this. It's the, so these are getting real tight right here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and disconnect what I can, and just so I could pop it straight off and not have to worry about it again. So yeah, let me, some of these are real on there, so I might have to take 2 hands, but there we go. There we go. This guy runs down into there. Oh, actually, that might be able to pop out. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, that's not necessary now that I'm looking at it. All I have to do is unplug these guys. Come on. There we go. All I gotta do is unplug that, and then, you know, that guy can sit right there. These two need to be popped off. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. And yeah, I'll have to loosen these two. So on this terminal, there's the orange and the green, and on the top terminal there is the blue. All right, so okay, so they're just kind of clamped around it, so I can tighten that guy back. And maybe these two are the same. No. Alright, so that is off of there. Pop this guy back in. Ah, come on. There we go. Alright, now I should be able. Yeah, okay, boom. So this orange connector, you see how they're kind of, actually I might replace these connectors. They're pretty bad. They kind of just sit around the screw, acting as the terminal. Yeah, same with this one. This green is the only actual one you had to pull the entire screw out for. Maybe it's a ground for that reason. I'm not too sure. But yeah, dash is now out. Beautiful. I'll definitely clean up these little terminals and stuff once we get to it, but we're in the teardown phase, not the cleanup phase. All right, well, since I'm in the front, might as well take care of this dash. I see it's actually a pretty cool little design. All I did was cut it, bend it down to hold this from going back, but I think I could just pop it forward. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Well, actually, let me look at the wiring first. Okay, so we got. Hello? Okay. Yeah, we got orange and white and then a brown coming off of the battery, this the battery light. Then these two are going to the light. Let's see, brown and red is going to the light. Oh, and this battery switch is also coming off of the key. The key has this blue, green, and this little jumper wire. Let's see, what else are we working with? Down here we have an orange and a, oh, I'll have to tag those. If I disconnect this orange and white, I'll make sure to throw a little piece of tape, kind of like I did here, just labeling exactly what this goes to, because there's two orange and whites. This guy goes, actually don't know. Maybe it's a little relay or something? Not too sure what goes there. And then looks like, can I pop this out? Yeah, okay, and then this red and that orangey pink, orange red, or maybe that's just sun faded orange that turned to two different colors, whatever. That goes to the horn up here. I see them both going into that little jacket there, running up. So maybe we'll, I don't know if I'm gonna have a horn. I don't know. Maya will probably press it way too often, so maybe I'll remove that. But other than that, yeah, everything runs up there. I may have to revert back to this. And then these, what is this? Oh, that's interesting. There's a, these are the headlight harness. All that's up front here is this headlight harness. And it runs back and connects to the horn. Huh. Maybe that's just a ground? Oh yeah, well I guess it is black wire. Yeah, that's probably just ground. And then power to the horn. Wait, where would the power be? Huh, okay, well I don't exactly know what's going on there, but nonetheless, I think we got a good enough video to revert back to if I need to figure out what's going on here. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this out. There's a cut on the bottom of this, so hopefully it doesn't crack whenever I pull it off of the steering column. And then, yeah, let's see where I can prop you guys up at. Oh, I'll put you back on the nicest tripod I have. All right, now I'm gonna work on pulling this horn off. So it looks like I can just pull this little connection here. And anyways, I can pull this little connection here. It's crimped right here, but I chased this red wire back to the horn, you know, from earlier. So I'll just pull this off, disconnect this guy, and then that should just remove it from the horn, because I'm probably gonna pull this wiring harness today. Yeah, but I'll probably throw some tape on this whenever I get both of these disconnected, throw some tape around the two of these wired, and then label it horn or something. You know, you always want to label, especially wiring harnesses. I don't have much experience with wiring harnesses other than my job that I do. I do a lot of interior work on airplanes, so I do deal with a lot of this wiring harnesses, but I don't deal with, you know, the whole, this wire goes here, to AB50278. But yeah, gonna label these. So I got all those popped out, and actually it's not one full piece like I was thinking. This is kind of just a trim piece around it, I guess. But be careful of these nut plates, or I guess they are nut plates. They're kind of like floating back here in this little track. So they sit in like this, and you know, slide up to wherever they end up. But just like that, they fall out. So I'll probably put these in the hardware bag. I'll probably attach these guys to it. That's not a washer, that's a head of a rivet. But yeah, they go in like that, which is, in my experience anyways, not traditional, but you know, it makes sense. I guess it really doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll group these guys back together so I know they go here, and I might have to revert back to this video. But now it looks like this trim comes off. Sweet. Set that back here for now. Oh yeah, you can see it's already trying to slide. Yep, just like that. It'll fall out. But anyways, now let's see what else we need to do. Oh, is that it? Oh, cool. Sweet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, maybe. There we go. That is the front of a club car. Nice. Yeah, you can see just from moving that headlight fell out. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Cool. That's a lot easier than I kind of expected that to be. Oh yeah, now we can pull the rest of this guy out and that guy down there. Wow. And then, oh, and these should just slide out the back. Where was that? I'll have to rewatch the video to see where that went. Okay, we'll set that right there for now. But yeah, now these little glove boxes can pop out too. Sweet. All right. Set that in our parts stash. Wow. Yeah. Little persuasion and they pop out. Sweet. Wow, this thing is bare. That's awesome. Yeah, look at that old horn. That thing's seen better days. All this wiring. Wow. Okay. Didn't expect that to be so easy, so now I need to think of what I want to do next. All right, well, since I'm in the front, might as well take care of this dash. I see it's actually a pretty cool little design. All I did was cut it, bend it down to hold this from going back, but I think I could just pop it forward. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Well, actually, let me look at the wiring first. Okay, so we got hello. Okay. Yeah, we got orange and white, and then a brown coming off of the battery. This the battery light. Then these two are going to the light. Let's see, brown, and red is going to the light. Oh, and this battery switch is also coming off of the key. The key has this blue, green, and this little jumper wire. Let's see, what else are we working with? Down here we have an orange and a, oh, I'll have to tag those. If I disconnect this orange and white, I'll make sure to throw a little piece of tape, kind of like I did here, just labeling exactly what this goes to, because there's two orange and whites. This guy goes I actually don't know. Maybe it's a little relay or something? Not too sure what goes there. And then looks like, can I pop this out? Yeah, okay, and then this red and that orangey pink, orange red, or maybe that's just sun faded orange, goes to the horn up here. I see them both going into that little jacket there, running up. So maybe I don't know if I'm gonna have a horn. I don't know. Maya will probably press it way too often, so maybe I'll remove that. But other than that, yeah, everything runs up there. I may have to revert back to this. And then these, what is this? Oh, that's interesting. These are the headlight harness. All that's up front here is this headlight harness. And it runs back and connects to the horn. Huh. Maybe that's just a ground? Oh yeah, well I guess it is black wire. Yeah, that's probably just ground. And then power to the horn. Wait, where would the power be? Huh, okay, well I don't exactly know what's going on there, but nonetheless I think we got a good enough video to revert back to if I need to figure out what's going on here. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this out. There's a cut on the bottom of this, so hopefully it doesn't crack whenever I pull it off of the steering column. And then yeah, let's see where I can prop you guys up at. Oh, I'll put you back on the nicest tripod I have. Something's tight. Oh, it's the, so these are getting real tight right here. So I'm gonna just go ahead and disconnect what I can, and just so I can pop it straight off and not have to worry about it again. It's terminal, there's the orange and the green, and on the top terminal there is the blue. Now I should be able, yeah, okay, boom. So this orange connector, you see how they're kind of, actually I might replace these connectors. They're pretty bad. They kind of just sit around the screw, acting as the terminal. Yeah, same with this one. This green is the only actual one you had to pull the entire screw out for. Maybe it's a ground for that reason. I'm not too sure. But yeah, dash is now out. Beautiful. I'll definitely clean up these little terminals and stuff once we get to it, but we're in the teardown phase, not the cleanup phase. All right, now I'm gonna work on pulling this horn off. So it looks like I can just pull this little connection here, and anyways, I can pull this little connection here. It's crimped right here, but I chased this red wire back to the horn, you know, from earlier. So I'll just pull this off, disconnect this guy, and then that should just remove it from the horn, because I'm probably gonna pull this wiring harness today. Yeah, but I'll probably throw some tape on this whenever I get both of these disconnected, throw some tape around the two of these wired, and then label it horn or something. You know, you always want to label, especially wiring harnesses. I don't have much experience with wiring harnesses other than my job that I do. I do a lot of interior work on airplanes, so I do deal with a lot of this wiring harnesses, but I don't deal with, you know, the whole, this wire goes here to AB50278. But yeah, gonna label these. This is the worst tape I've ever used, so I'm just trying to get rid of it, and this is the perfect way. Instead of using the expensive Scotch tape, I got this Dollar General crap. Anyways, take these two wires, put them together. Bam, horn. So we can pull this guy. Looks like it probably pushes in and spins. Yep. Oh, it's a fuse. Ew. I should have known that. Oh well. Well, what I might do, I have a random parts stash over there of parts that just keep falling off that I don't want to put back on. So since this fuse is still good, I'm not sure. Hopefully let me see. Yeah, the camera's picking it up. Fuse is still beautiful. So yeah, I'll probably have a bag of random things, and then I'll revert back to this video for where to put these back, but it's fairly obvious. I mean, there's a fuse that goes in there, fuse isn't there, you know, that kind of deal. But let's see, then this goes to this red on the horn that we can pop off like so, and boom, the horn is disconnected. So now I can pull all these wires, kind of just clean it up a little bit as I go here. These wires run under the car, or cart, the fuse, and I can't remember which ones these go to. That's why I'm taking videos. These run down the side here. So these wires, they came up through here to the dash, to this little harness running under the cart. So that's where these guys go. And I'll label all this as well. Kind of just doing this for video purposes at the moment. And then all of this mumbo jumbo runs to the side. And most of the time I take a Sharpie and, you know, outline the harness, you know, how it was ran properly, of course. But I'm gonna be spray painting all this. I'm gonna be sanding it down, spray painting it, so that will do me no good here in the next few days, or maybe today. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna get into today. But yeah, so these come up, go under the passenger side, and I'll show the whole harness in a bit after I take this flooring out. But yeah, this goes passenger side, that one goes driver side. This guy, why would they jump it like that? It's kind of, But yeah, this black wire coming off of the driver's side headlights, black wire hooks into the bottom of the horn. Ooh, dang, that thing looks like it's about to break. There we go. All right, cool. So we got the harnesses kind of cleaned up, and I will label these real quick, saying where they go. Since I decided to keep my phone out, I have the fan on, and every time I stop recording, I come over here and just set it so it's nice and cooled off. But I did realize I forgot to label these, so I'll label this one passenger tail light, driver tail light, these little harnesses, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut all these zip ties, because I went ahead and marked everything. Driver headlight, what did I label this? Driver headlight harness, black to horn. So I know that, you know, it'll run this way, and then this guy will plug up to the horn. Just something to help yourself down the line. But yeah, go ahead and pop these out because I don't think I'll be up here much more. And pull these zip ties, get a little trash pile going on. And then this guy, pop that guy off. And then I'll snip this black zip tie, kind of pull them down, you know, just to get a little less on this front end. So whenever I go to work on all this, if I decide to, whenever I decide to, because it needs some love that all this will be out. Well, I guess the whole harness I'm pulling today. But yeah, then we'll move on back. Obviously this is the same harness, you know, you can see me tugging on it, it's moving. And then we'll get all this pushed back to this motor controller and probably leave that here for now, and then work on getting this flooring out. And here on the driver's side, there is another zip tie right there. So pop that guy out. Let's check under. I imagine there's only one more, probably. Oh no, there's actually no more. So that can just pull right through. Let me pull this guy through here. And then we can pull it up through there. Oh my gosh, this thing is dirty. So that'll run up. Oh my goodness. This thing's been mudding a few times, it looks like. All right. Bam. And then we'll leave all of this over here for now. Just get it out of the way because it's gonna keep running back. And over here, this might be the only one. Let's check it. There's a trash pile. Let's see. All right. Oh, we have some module here, maybe? Okay. Well, that ain't no big deal. We'll see what actually, before I lay down and then have to get right back up. Roll my old cart over here. Then you can see on the back side, what is that? Oh, I can't tell, hang on. Hello. Let's see, what is that? What is that? Oh, I see. Okay. That's interesting. What is that, like a 1/4 inch? I doubt it's a 3/8. What is this? Alright, well I got a 3/8. Let's see. Oh yeah, way smaller. So, let me grab a bunch of different sockets and hopefully one of them work. Alright, so I grabbed a 1/4 inch and a 5/16. Let's see. That's a good enough spot. Let's see. Not a 1/4, so maybe it's a 5/16. Yep, bingo. Alright, let's see. And it looks like the other ones were just like little dowels poking through, seeing oh, I see a broken weld. That's nice. Feel that thing. Oh, check out my neighbor's Mercedes. That thing is freaking pimping. Oh yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, that thing sounds so good. I love seeing that guy. Whoa, I love seeing that guy's car. I love seeing that guy's car. Chill. Come on. There we go. Give her a little shake. Beautiful. All right, now it should just pop out. Yep, okay. Whoa, what? What did I just do? Oh, is this throttle?
this might have something to do with the throttle. Hang on 1 second. Hey, also, that's nice. So, no jumps for me at the moment. All right, well, there's this thing, and it's set. I'm just putting it back to where it was. There we go. All right, so it must have gone on there. I wish I would have realized that before I started pulling this. Because that's not good. Now that I don't know exactly. I guess that's the only spot it can go. You can't quite tell what's on the end of it at the moment. But whenever it goes in, it sits like right there next to it. It's definitely something to do with the accelerator. So maybe whenever, oh, I see, okay. So I'm gonna push it whenever I push the gas. I think that these little splines or little whatevers sit in there. So whenever you push the accelerator, it goes backwards, twists this, and tells the motor to go, which would actually make a lot of sense. Because this harness runs straight to the motor controller. So that's exactly what that is. Okay, cool. Now I just gotta figure out how to pull this out. But yeah, whenever this goes back in, I gotta remember that these little splines go into there. How? Not sure. I'll have to look that up, or just do it and hope it works. All right, well, I just messed with it for a second, and this is how it comes out. It's super simple. So on the other side, there's that, and on here, there's the splines that connect into this guy, which needs a serious cleaning. And then this should just be able to slide out. Bam. All right, well, that wasn't terrible. And then now all of this can slide back. So let me grab these. These are the two screws that held it in. And then pull this guy through the back here. Maybe. No way that doesn't fit. There's connections on there. All right, well, cool. I'll just pull them and then pull these wires through and pop the connection back on there. Man, them puppies were snug, so I didn't put them all the way back in. They're just sitting in there. But I mean, it makes sense. It's under the golf cart. It gets beat up. Everything gets in there, gets wet, and dries. So we'll just leave all this stuff here for now, since we know where all that goes. So I got all the wiring harnesses pulled back as far as I can. I realized that this that little tiny spot is not going to be enough for. Ooh, wait a minute! I am now realizing if I take this little plate off, it looks like it at least. This entire plate right here. Maybe that entire piece comes out, and then I'll be able to get the charger and all this driver's side harness through there, because right now that's too small to pull it through. But then I came up here looking at how to take the brake and the gas off, or the accelerator, whatever, and it is fairly extensive. So I'd have to take these off, those off, this entire bar. I believe this is like an assembly, like it's a whole gas and brake assembly, because whenever you push this, it pulls that piece, and obviously, pulls the brakes. And for the gas, there's also a spring. It's spring loaded, obviously, and I can't quite tell if this is all connected somehow in there, but for now I am going to wait. Maybe later today I'll deal with all that stuff, but
I think I'm gonna move back, pull the controller off, pull that little bracket or that little plate, that little plate off, so I can get this entire harness pretty much off the cart, because that's what I want to do before I go crazy pressure washing it. I don't want to pressure wash all these wires. So maybe it kind of looks like, oh, there's a rivet there. Let me see. Oh no, that's just going into this. So looks like I can pull this bolt, and there should be one somewhere on the bottom, maybe that one and that one. Okay, yeah. So I'll pull all these bolts you see right here, and that should be able to get this plate off, because it just looks like I don't see any welds anywhere. So this whole plate should be able to pop off, and then I can move over to the controller, which there's this little bracket that holds it in. I'll probably just loosen that, or maybe I'll take it off and tape it to it, you know, however I feel. At that moment in time, we're missing a bolt down here. There obviously was one, but yeah, we'll pull this one, those two, and that plate, and see what happens. I forget how it goes. So we have this white harness up top moving over there, all these colored wires going through. This is the main negative, I do believe. Yeah, main negative right here. And this little controller box, that is how this sits up. I'm gonna keep all this together. I'm probably gonna have a new controller, new motor, new battery. So I shouldn't need this, but just in case I do, I just want to show the orientation of all the wiring down here. Oh, there's just a single screw in there, so that might be able to come out as one as well. And then, yeah, so these two, that one up top, and that might be it. Oh, and this screw right here. Yeah, we'll see where that gets us. Actually, to get that plate off, I don't think I need to pull that bottom. I found another bolt. This one, I'm sure you can see it better than I can. This one right here. So it looks like these two, this one up here and this one down here, are the only ones holding this plate on. Let's see. Yep. Okay. Well, cool. We'll get this guy out of the way, maybe. Yeah, okay. Cool. So I can sit there. I can pull these harnesses through now, because they're all connected down the line somewhere. So, well, actually, I guess I will have to pull all that. So this screw, this is the screw right here, and then there's a bolt right here that I showed, and I believe it should come off. And we're about to find out. All right, yeah. So all that's free. This is a so in that little box down there was a countersunk screw, which is interesting, but you know, that's that, and then now we can pull this controller, maybe. There's that. They all of these screws back here, or bolts rather, same length, same thread. Yeah, same length, same thread, same exact thing. So that makes it easy. You can just throw all your hardware in one box. Oh, I should have known that, but the cover popped off. That's what was holding in the bracket that held it in, and got her cinched down there. I will need to get another one of these bolts here. Not that it's doing much, but I'd rather have it.
Just because I'm rebuilding this thing already, might as well.
Oh, well, actually, let me show this before I pull it.
So here's the controller. Yeah, DC motor controller. We got all of this mumbo jumbo, which are just a couple of connections we got up here. That's obviously the orange, blue, all those. But I'm not gonna mess with any of that. I'm gonna pull this harness as is. So looks like one bolt up top. I imagine there's one down. Yep, 1, 2, and then 3. So 3 bolts, pop the zip tie, and most of that should then come out. Then I'll have to, of course, come to this, pop these off the motor, which I will label this one just because it's jumping there. But yeah, sweet. I'm almost to the point of having the entire harness out. This guy right here. And then I should be able just to pop out. Yep, cool. So there's that. Let me grab, where are my snipples? There it is. Cool. And the controller should fall. Beautiful. Just as I intended. And I got my nice trash bucket. So, all of this can now come back here. Beautiful, beautiful. And then on this motor, let's see what we got going on. So A1 green, F1 orange, A2 white, F2 black. And then this harness right here, this connection right here that I'm about to label. And then that is the harness. Cool. So pop these guys off. Oh, and there's a washer that goes on top, of course. So it's the stud, the wire. This washer goes on top of the wire, and then the nut, which is a little. Actually, I don't know if that's a crush washer or if it's just cracked, but either way, cracked crush washer, or whatever you want to call it. So that I get it back on there. Another one off. Washer back on. Get out of there. Get out of there. So I took a break to let my phone cool down a little bit, but all that hardware, same hardware. The only difference is that one countersink screw that went through the, where'd it go? Where'd it go? This guy. Yeah, one countersunk screw went to this, no, it's to this guy. One countersunk screw through there, to there, for this little, I don't know, oh no, it's not a button. It's a little dowel piece that just sits in there, keeps it in check. But yeah, so we now have the entire harness of a 2006 club car. And I'm about to show you why it is so important to mark your wires. Some of them I didn't mark, you know, but those were the obvious connections that I took videos of, and that's part of the reason I'm making this video, is to remember where all this mumbo jumbo went. I do need to, oh no, I already did. Yeah, motor to controller, beautiful. And yeah, pretty much have her stripped down as far as she can go. I do need to figure out what's going on with this.
and I'm kind of wondering if I could just tip this golf cart on its side, like pick it up, tip it over, and then work on that from there. Because I don't have jacks. I don't have jacks here. I know I need some, or ramps. If I had ramps, that would be great too. But yeah, let me clean up these bolts, and then we'll see if we can flip this thing on its side.
All right, got everything cleaned up. About to see if I can flip this puppy on its side.
And then tomorrow I'll complain my back hurts. All right. Ugh. Oh yeah, come on. Beautiful, actually. Just let me get it off of the top. Flipped it on. Flipped it over. Flipped it over onto the top on accident, but you know, that was easier than I expected it to be. So yeah, now we got a better picture of what's going on here. So the brake is this entire bar that slides down to this spring, which I might be able to leave on. Nah, I might as well pull it. Okay, so on the bottom here, there's this spring to this bolt that goes all the way through to the brake pedal, like this whole brake assembly piece. These are just little keepers, I guess, and these things are super rusted. I might throw some WD-40 on these, see if I can penetrate them a little bit, because I don't want to strip them out just in case I can reuse them. I know that these are probably too far gone, but yeah, so that's brake. This is the accelerator piece. Yeah, this is where that bar came through with the spline, hooks into here, and then whenever you hit the gas, it pulls it and then goes from there. So, man, I really don't want to disassemble this piece into a million pieces here, but I might have to. Let's see. All this to get this freaking thing out. Oh, but I'm gonna be glad when I do. That is dirty. So I can paint all that too. All right, so let's see. Where can I start with this? So we got bolt washer nut on there. Cool. So the best hammer is a wrench. There it goes. All right, cool. So I'll just pull this out for now. This piece goes in there. This guy goes straight through, and this keeps it all together. A little cotter pin of some sort. All right, now let's see if we can get this through. Here, let me show you what we're working with over here. So getting this, all of this through this hole in the floor as well. Just trying to, and also the accelerator keeps getting in the way. That's all right. We'll just keep on keeping on. Oh yeah. Boom. The brake is off. All right, so I took a good look at this accelerator before I started tearing into it. There's this piece for the parking brake. It clicks into that. This top one is a 9/16. I went ahead and threw some PB Blaster and broke it loose. Same with these two. Both of these are 9/16. up here we have a 3/8 and then a 7/16 at the bottom. There's this little isolator piece right here that goes through, nothing in there. It's just almost like a little spacer deal. And I notice whenever I pull this bolt, keep some tension on this spring because it's gonna shoot forward. There's a little bit of pressure still on there. So what you can do is just pull it back, untighten it, or pull the bolt through and then let it go. And then I'm sure this will come with it. Haven't looked back here. I'm sure it's, yeah, there's a nut back there. Nut right here. I don't know if I'm gonna pull that. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I wanted to go ahead and get this accelerator out. There we go. All right, so pull this back a little bit. Oh, okay. Actually, never mind. That's not a big deal at all. So it's on its own. Yeah, you can see that was keeping it from springing forward, so you don't have to worry about it shooting forward on you. Actually, I'm gonna leave this out for now until I get it out. Then I'll reattach it. But yeah, let me get the 9/16 back on here. Alright, so for that piece, there's a bolt, washer, and then nut on the backside. Now, on this guy out. Let's see. Sure. Yeah, okay. So there's some splines up top here that this parking brake will sit into. I'm sure it'll have to be adjusted to the right size whenever I go to put it back together. But just showing that. Let's see. How is this gonna come out? Okay. Oh, okay, I see. So this is all one piece right here. Take a little persuasion to get it out. There we go. Oh, and the accelerator's just gonna fall right out. That is perfect. Let me grab that. Cool. So, sitting on the back of that, this guy slipped through there. Through this piece is through here with this little spacer on this backside for all of this to it. So I don't know where that ended off. My phone ran out of storage again, so I'm about to call it for the day. But this accelerator essentially sits in there. The parking brake sits on top of there, and this little dowel sits in there, and everything else kind of attaches where needed. So got accelerator, brake, everything off. I'll probably clean up, flip it, and then call it a day. So my phone's at 8%, no storage, but that's all right. Got everything pulled off, seats, covers, got all the harness pulled off, all that's labeled, got the accelerator, brake finished up. Next, unless I can think of something else, I'm going to pull it out, pressure wash it, clean it up, maybe sand it, paint it. I don't know just yet. But yeah, now this mat can just pop off. Just like that. There's a little groove up there that it sits in. And then, yeah, so that's episode 1, day 1, whatever. Hopefully I can figure out how to get all this together and remember how it goes back. Peace.